Yo, welcome everybody to the Doctor review. Brian LCS's Kickstarter, The Doctor. I'm joined here with TM. Hey, TM, I'm gonna run into front room for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Like Biggie said, we are here today to review the Doctor number 1. This was overdue. Me and Biggie had this plan for a while. There was also another person supposed to be part of this review, but um, schedules, situations, and he got busy and stuff. We won't hold that against him. Um, but we are here today to review the Doctor number 1 by Brian LCS, the godfather of the comic community, the guy that runs the CBC Awards, and outsourced it to other community members to run it. So yeah, let's get into this book, Biggie.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll just grade it like we do on book club. What I'd like to start off and preface it that we're going. I feel like it's up to TM how he does it, but I'm gonna grade it on a curve because we usually grade like back issue Marvel DC image stuff. That's like professional. This
Yeah,
is his first attempt at a Kickstarter, so I'm gonna have that in my lenses as we or my way of reviewing this as we review it. So for the cover, what we'll do is cover, inside art, story, and overall, like we do on book club with me,
yeah.
Alan, TM, and D.
So I stop you right there for a second. That cover that you have right there, that's not the A cover, is it? Because the A cover is the one. Oh no, it is. The B cover is the one that I'm thinking of with the doctor on the cover.
I think
That is
this is
the
B cover. I think this is B cover.
okay.
Yeah, A cover is the one that looks like Wolverine 1 Frank Miller, I believe.
Yeah, with the doctor going, come here.
All right, so I guess I could go first and then you could go after me.
All right.
All right, so my score for cover, I get okay. Now let me talk about the book before I give you my scores, just like we would do on book club. So this book is, to me, the way I understood it was the doctor is like a guy that has. I looked at it like an AA group. So you have superheroes that need counseling, kind of similar to Heroes. What was that? What was that series called? TM, I forget.
Heroes for Crisis.
Yeah, Heroes for Crisis or something. Where they wore masks and they came in and they talked about their issues being a superhero and what they go through, kind of like being an addict and having a counseling session. So these guys, you start off with a couple heroes and they save the day in the city. Um, and here they are in their little like AA Narcotics Anonymous group kind of deal for superheroes that deal with the stresses and the stuff that superheroes got to go through. So you got a villain. There is some action. You got a guy shooting a gun, and the superheroes take care of that guy using the gun. So there was some action. It's just not like he throws you into an AA meeting with some groups of a doctor or whatever. The guy gets arrested. The guys are talking. The superheroes are talking. And here's your main character, the doctor, right here. And the doctor looks pretty good in a couple of the panels. I'd say that's the best panel, is actually the doctor right there.
Yeah.
You have characters that look like Spider-Man. Um, I would guess Catwoman, maybe.
Captain America.
Thank you, Captain America. Then you also have a guy that's stealing. You got a superhero that stole some jewelry. I believe. Or is that the superhero still in it? I can't really tell. Not a lot of words on some of the panels. You get a whole page without any words there. Let's see, it's kind of hard to flip through. And then you get some more action right here. So you find out that the Doctor actually has superpowers too. He's out here, and the car's about to run over his friend and him, and he just punches it, and it blows up. So that's fun. It has a few action scenes, and that's it. And then at the end, you get a bunch of community members in here. I'll read them off. You got Ben Parker Comics, Just Your Average Geeks, Rob Fatstacks, Indie Comics and Reviews, Legion of Comics, Izzyverse, and a Comic Bookworm. Shout outs to all of those guys. Special thanks to Lorenzo Ross, Evil Comics, Taylor Winder, and the YouTube comic book community. So, for me, for a beginner, you could make sense of the story somewhat to where it's a little bit of a interesting story. All comic books do homage and a lot of them tend to lean off of stories that have been written before.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's okay. Now, not all of them are going to be made the way you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
He did create an original character with the Doctor. The superheroes are kind of like bootleg Marvel and DC characters, I would guess. He had some action in there. Not a lot of dialogue. The art wasn't like super great. It was a little below average, we'll say, because a professional comic, at least you're gonna get like average. But the cover, my first score for the cover, I'm gonna give it a 2.25.
All right. And does it say inside the book who did that one? Who did that cover?
I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to get in and out.
All right, no worries.
Yeah. And so the cover, I will give it a 2.25. And if anybody in the chat knows who did the cover, you could help us out. So first score 2.25. Now inside art, 1 out of 5. Like I said, it's going to be on a curve. I'm gonna give it. It's below average, a 1.25. Now, an average book to me, I'm not saying this is like an X-Men Uncanny or something. I'm trying to grade this on a Kickstarter level. This is me grading this book on a guy that just started an idea and made a comic book out of it.
Because you're right. Because this is his very first book.
Yeah, 1.25 for inside art. Story. It's a little interesting. It did have some action. He had a little bit of fun with it. The character was pretty cool. Not much of a story, not a bunch of. Now, I've read a book that didn't have any words in it, and I enjoyed it. This was kind of fun to flip through. It did spark some controversy, a little bit of controversy. You're like, oh, how did he get to use these characters and stuff? So that was interesting to me. So I'm going to give it a 1.5 for story, 1.5. And overall, I gave it a 2, a 1.25, a 1.5. I will go 1.5. I'll go 1.75 overall.
All right.
Now it's TM's turn. Let her rip, TM.
All right. So the cover that I'm familiar with is the cover where he's like, it's the Doctor on the cover going like, come here. That I really like the cover. Whoever did that cover did a really good job on it. So I will give that cover, because it's a cover I would actually buy. Like I would be like, oh, I'll buy that cover, and that looks cool and stuff. Especially if it's a character I like. Sadly, I didn't get to know this character that much of the Doctor, so I will give the cover a 2.5.
Yeah.
Again, if it was a professional comic, it would probably get like a 1.5. But since it is his first comic, and it's a Kickstarter, an indie creator in that, and we support indie creators, so I'll give it a 2.5 for the cover. Art inside. Now, I know that the second issue, I haven't read it, but I did see the interior art, and it's not this interior artist that's doing the interior art for the second one. This really took me out of the story. Like I did not like. There was some scenes where it was really nicely drawn and stuff, especially when you have the masks that hide the anonymity. Oh, I said it. Um, of the characters in the group session, the therapy session, the group therapy session for heroes, where there was like Spider-Man, Captain America, different characters like that, right? Those were drawn really well, but other times the faces were blocky and not really drawn well. So in that case, I don't feel bad doing this because it's not Brian who did the art inside. I will give the art a point 0.5. Like I would make like if it was professionally done, like and it was done by a professional, like I would give it a 0. But I know artists that aren't even big yet, like Rad Art and Comics, who would do it so much better job than the interior art in that. So I will give it a point 0.5 for interior art. Story. Now we're introduced to a character that is not the Doctor. Like we're the out. This character that we're following him because he's the outside character, getting to know this world, getting to know this therapy session. But they didn't do enough of like I don't know what the word that I'm trying to look for, but like character building. That's the word I'm looking for. It didn't let me know this character that much. Like we do get a little bit of a story of why he's there, why he's going through what he's doing, why he's the hero he is. It is kind of like an Uncle Ben story or just a regular hero story. And that so we don't get that much character building from that character. And we also don't get that much character building from the Doctor. We just get minor little things. But what I will say is we got introduced to this world. This world is filled with superheroes that have issues, and there's somebody that can help. So he set up the world pretty good. It's just the character development was not to my liking. Now, can he improve on that? Yeah, he can improve on that, and hopefully he improved on that in the second issue. Like I said, I haven't read it, but maybe we get more character development in the next issue. But he did a really good job at setting up the world that we live in. There's a world full of superheroes. There's a world that superheroes need help, and there's a support group for those people. Um, I will give the story. I'll give the story a 1.75, and that it was a good it was a good start. It was a good start to a comic, especially being his first comic. I just need a little bit more character development. I need to know why these characters do what they do. I need to know this character, that character. I need to know a little bit more of those. But he did do a great job at world building this comic, and for that, did it get me excited to read the next issue? No. Will I? Yeah, I will. I'm not excited to read it, but I'm curious to see where he is going with the story and if these characters grew a little bit more, if we get more information about the Doctor and that since the book is about the Doctor. So I'm interested to see where the story goes from there, but I'm not excited to read it, but I will read it. And that he did a good job for his first comic, and that says a lot. Not a lot of people, some people's first comics don't even see the light of day. And his comic did see the light of day, and it got in people's hands. And I can't say that I hated reading it. I enjoyed parts of it. So yeah, that is my review on the Doctor #1.
I got a 1.75 for the last score I heard. Did you give an overall or did I miss the
Oh no. Um overall I'll give it a 2.
Okay. All right. So those are pretty good scores. You got to give them kudos for putting it together and making it work. You got to think too, like at the time, not a lot of community members were making these Kickstarter books. He kind of went out on a ledge. He was doing something pretty creative. And he kind of made it work, and I don't know if I could have done that. Like, I got
Yeah.
ideas, but to be able to Now, I agree with you on the inside art. I don't know who the inside artist is, but it's probably, I think you're right. It probably wouldn't be impossible to find somebody to give you. But saying that, like, the inside artist did convey kind of some stories. We got
Hmm.
some mini little stuff in there. Um, yeah, not bad. Would I read the next issue? Sure. I didn't. I thought that this was a fun experience. It's fun to see community members doing their own content and stuff like that. Now, am I going to sit here and lie and be like, "Oh, this is as good as the last Amazing Spider-Man that came out"? Hell no. No, it's not even. It's nowhere
Yeah.
close to like a professional comic. But it could get there. Who knows, dude? Like if he keeps it, I
Yeah.
think the character's fun. I think it would be fun to see the characters in the counts. I would have liked to seen like the meeting they have or like how they hold it and stuff. You know, I guess there was a little bit of that, but not a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, the world building was good. Like we know what this world is all about, and the characters that are in it, but we just don't know anything about the characters really. Like I have no feelings towards any characters. There's no stakes. There's no like, oh, if this character dies or this character gets hurt, I'm not gonna care because I don't know who this character is. So like, so a note to Brian is kind of give your characters a little bit more depth, and that's what I'll say.
Yeah, it's an introduction. I'm glad to have the first appearance. I wouldn't say that's the origin. It's just the first
Yeah.
appearance, and maybe we'll get an origin, more of an origin next time. But yeah, thank you, Brian LCS, for sending me my copy, and I told you I'd review it. And TM, thank you for helping me review it.
Yeah.
I could add up our scores real quick. So 0.53, 475, 675, 6.75. Dude, we each scored it evenly. I gave it a 675. You got a 675.
Oh shit.
12. That's crazy. 13.5 out of, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40 points. It got a 13.5. It wasn't the highest scored book, but hey, man, you got some decent scores on some of that. Couple high scores, couple low scores. So, yeah, I don't have really anything to compare it to from Kickstarter. So maybe that's why I was a little rougher on it. I don't know. But
I've read and bought a lot of Kickstarters, but the thing is, the people that I bought off of, they've been doing Kickstarter for a while, so their books that I bought were like this was like their third or fourth title. Like they jumped into it like Spider Squirrel. Like I got Spider Squirrel, and that was like the fourth comic that this writer ever wrote. So like, yeah, I do have indie creators I can compare it to, but this is his very first work, so I don't want to be too harsh on him and that because, like you said earlier, you and I don't have a comic. Brian does though. Like
mhm,
Brian actually did the work, got it together, contacted an artist, had a story, and put it together in that, and that says a lot. Like that, that's
yeah,
more than you and I did. So we can't for that we can't judge it harshly
no,
on
no.
that because yeah, like he's done more than we did.
I tell you what, LCS gets shit done, dude. For that's a fact, dude. Like he gets his awards done. He got his book done. He shipped it out. Very nicely shipped, by the way. I love the way it came. And he just, there wasn't no hold up. People, I mean, certain people might have waited on a DLC or the digital copy, but I think that all the physicals got out no problem. And very well done, Brian. I think the cover is fucking good. I gave the cover a great score, and I think he's a if you asked him to do something, you could have faith in him getting it done. So I give him credit for that, and he got that damn story done. Now it might not have been knocked the socks off of me, but it's fucking impressive to see it all tied together and all that stuff. Now people told me if I gave it a bad score, I might not get an award. Hey man, we're not here selling you fucking bridges in Brooklyn. Uh, I gave it as good a score as I could. I didn't give it any higher because I'm worried about an award. If I don't get an award, that's okay. I don't think that's how the awards work. If I get voted, I'm gonna win. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about giving it a bad or good score. I scored it as honest as I could. I didn't bash it. I think it's a decent start for someone starting a Kickstarter. I think you did good. And not everything has to be perfect for what you want to do. Yeah. Thank you, Benny. All right, I think we're gonna get out of here, man. We spent 20 minutes. That's the most in-depth review I've seen of that book. Hey, someone else wants to review it, please. Review The Doctor. He's on like his third or fourth.
No, he has a second one out. The third one is up for pre-launch.
Yeah, I'm excited for him, man. He's making a series out of it. That's the thing. If this was just a one issue thing, it would have probably got a rougher score. But there's more coming, so maybe it'll make more sense in the future.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll read the next issue and it'll all tie together. And a lot of first issues are that way. Like you don't really know what the fuck's going on in a lot of them. So yeah.
Instead of looking at my logo, I'll just point it at this.
Beautiful, man. Well, thank you to everybody who came out. I enjoyed doing the review with TM. Thank you, TM. Dope ass rad. Thank you, chat. I'll see y'all tomorrow. That was you had 2 episodes today because I had that pre-code. Thank you, Alan, by the way. Got my shirt. I am officially a Comic Collector Geek shirt guy. And we're out of here, dude. Hashtag enjoy. Go get The Doctor, man. I give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Brian LCS. Glad that you are writing comics. I think it's very cool to see people in community doing content. And I think y'all should give it a shot, dude. Go check it out, man. You might love it. Hashtag enjoy. Oops.
Biggie. Biggie.